Hello there, ROS developers, and welcome to the day 4 of this Learning to Debug ROS Code week. Today we are going to be discussing and debugging an action, a ROS action. Yeah, so let's go. Let's start. Alright, so hello everybody. First of all, thank you very much for being here another day in this live class. And as I've just said, today in day 4 we are going to be debugging an action server specifically. Yeah, so if you are familiar with ROS actions, great. If not, I'm going to try to explain some of the peculiarities of actions or of ROS actions so that you don't get too lost. So yeah, let's go for it. As always, I'm going to start sharing your project, but before that, I want to make sure that everything is fine. Let me know in the chat if the audio and the video are good so that I can continue. So I'm going to have a quick look here and to say hello to all of you. So I can see here Sandy, Lucas, Wodong, Marusin, Marcus, Thanasis. Okay, great. So everything is fine? You can hear me properly? Audio is good? I think everything is okay. As far as I can tell. Everything fine? All fine? Good? Good. Okay, great. So let's go for it. Then the first thing I'm going to do, as always, is to share with you guys the project for today. So let me come here to grab it. There we go. Here I have it, and let me paste it here to the chat. There you go. Okay, so now, as always, with this project, let's go to the ROS Development Studio. Yeah, so I'm going to switch my camera. Bye-bye, I will see you soon. So let's go to the ROS Development Studio. And here, once you get the project, you are going to have here in your workspace, in your My Project space, you're going to have the project for day 4, which is this one. Yes? If you have an account, great. If you don't have an account, just create one it just takes some seconds. It's completely free. So go for it. And then you are going to be able to get and reproduce this project that I have just shared with you. Yep, that contains everything needed for today's class. Then, as soon as you have this project in your workspace, we are going to open it and start loading it. Yep, so for that, come here to the project, click on the open button and open project. This is going to start loading the environment required to work in today's class. Yes, then meanwhile, this starts loading. Let me remember you a couple of things related to ROS.ds, as always. First thing here is the ROS study group. So we have created recently a ROS study group, which is basically a Discord server where everybody who is interested in ROS can enter completely free, of course. You can see here we have 36 people online right now. Probably some of you are already here and even online. We have more than 300 members. So just by clicking here, you are going to be able to join our Discord and you are going to be entering a community with many ROS lovers and many people who is trying to learn ROS or even developing things in ROS, so that you guys can create a community and help each other with all the ROS projects. Also, soon, very soon, we are going to start doing some special activities for the Discord community, creating challenges, ROS challenges, of course. So stay tuned, and if you are not already in our Discord server, enter. Yes. So very soon I'm going to give you more news related to the Discord server. However, let's keep going. Then another thing I want to mention, it's this. Let me go here and see if I can find it, or maybe I have a link. Give me 1 second here, because I want to remember or let you know, if you don't already, that I don't know if you can access from this page. Let me check real quick here. No, okay. So here I'm going to share it also now in the chat. Let me come here real quick, and I'm going to share this link with you guys. One second. Where do I have it? Okay, here it is. Alright, so here I wanted to show you guys the ROS Developers Day that we are going to hold in June, as you can see here, which is basically a full day where we are going to have many conferences with people doing talks and speech related to ROS. Yeah, so super interesting. It's already the third year that we are doing this. Each year it's better. Each year we are getting more people, and yeah. So if you are interested, just register here, and keep in mind that we are going to have in June, here in late June, we are going to have this ROS Developers Day, which is going to be a full day, a day full of virtual online conferences, where you are going to be able to access and see, of course, and listen these conferences, but at the same time you are going to be able to practice in ROS.ds, which is our particular method, yes, because we want you to practice along with us at the same time that we do, so that you are going to better grasp all the concepts that are explained. Yep. All right, so let me come to my project, and as you can see, guys, mine is already loaded. Here I have the notebook for today's class. Let me make it here a bit bigger. There we go. Then all of you should start opening your projects. In a moment I'm going to go to the chat to see if there's any problem, but meanwhile I just want to remember you here a couple of things. So in order to be able to properly follow this class, you should have the basic concepts of Linux and Python, which you can get here in our free online courses in our Robotic Night Academy, of course. And also I would say, here you have the free courses for Python and Linux, and also I would say that you should have a little bit of knowledge of ROS basics, yes, because we are going to be dealing with ROS actions, and ROS actions require a bit of background on ROS, otherwise it's going to be too complicated, I guess. So for that, you can have a look here at our ROS Basics in 5 days course, which is the most popular course we have. Many people is doing it, and it's very, very helpful in order to learn ROS in an easy and fast way. Yep, to get the basics of ROS. Then also you can check many of our other courses of many different topics, like specific robots, manipulation, perception, navigation, artificial intelligence, etc. Yeah, so here you have the Robotic Night Academy. And great, so this would be more or less the requirements you should get. And finally, I'm going to start setting up the environment for today's class. Yeah, so today we are going to be working with an AR drone from Parrot here. In fact, this is wrong. This is not a Tartarbot, but it's a Parrot AR drone. Yep. Then in order to start this simulation, all you need to do is to come here to the simulations menu at the top bar, then click on the choose launch file, and from the list of launch files here, you need to select the debug_day4.launch. Yep, then you select this launch file here, you click on the launch button, and this is going to automatically open a gazebo window here where our simulation is going to start being loaded. Yes, if everything goes fine, we should end up with something like this. As you can see, it's a air drone in a grass environment, or a kind of grass environment. Yep, with some objects there in the background. All right, so here I have my simulation with the Parrot air drone, which is the robot we are going to be working with today. Yep, then at this point, I'm going to do a small pause, and I want you guys to be at the same point as I am right now. Yep, so with the project opened, notebook at one side, simulation at another, and ready to start. Yes, and why do I say this? Because, as always, in every class I'm saying the same, I want you to be practicing with me. I don't want you to stay there in your computers just listening to me and watching what I'm doing, but I want you to be practicing with me. So all of you, please open your projects so that you can practice at the same time that I'm explaining and showing and modifying code here and doing things. Yeah, so that we all together can be working at the same time. Yep, trust me, this is the way that you are going to really learn ROS. All right, so let me have a quick look at the chat before continuing with the class. The link is not working. Yeah, sorry, don't. Okay, well, it's solved, so it was some strange error, I guess. It is working. Loading, no problem. Loading. I'm introducing my brothers, Lucas says, I'm introducing my brother to ROS and robotic world by the Python basic course. Thank you, very nice. He is 16 years old. Oh, that's great, Lucas, so that's great. That way that even if he's very young, 16 years old, he starts learning Python, and Python for robotics specifically, which is our course, which is related to that and focused on robotics. So that's great, amazing, Lucas. Okay, so everything seems to be working as I can see here from the comments, so I'm going to keep going, but before starting with the live class, I need to, as always, get a quick drink here to my cup of coffee, because otherwise I'm not going to have the proper energy to do this class. So there we go. Then now, yes, let's start. So, all right, then let's start here reading the project. So we can start here in the problem to solve section. You can see here that it says that this project contains one package inside the Catkin workspace, which is named debug_day4. All right, in order to be able to visualize this Catkin workspace, I'm going to open an IDE here from the tools menu, a graphical IDE, which is going to allow me to visualize in a graphical way my workspaces and all the packages and files that I have inside them. Yep. So it says here also, the purpose of this package is to allow you to control the drone, take off or land using an action server. All right. So let me see this. I think this is taking too long. So if your IDE is not opening, like here, it's stuck here with the loading symbol, just click here on the refresh button, and this is going to restart the process, and it's going to solve the issue and show me everything. Okay, so I can see here my workspaces now, and in particular here I have my Catkin workspace, and inside the src folder I can see I have here a package which is named debug_day4. Yep, then here I can see that I have another folder which is named action, an src folder. Yeah. Okay, so the purpose of this package and this ROS program is to control the drone in order to make it take off or land. So now it's in the ground here, it's laying in the ground. So with this program, which indeed it's an action, it contains a ROS action, I should be, or my goal is to be able to send a signal to the drone in order to take off or to land. Yep. All right. Then, in order to do this, the first thing we need to do is to compile our package. Yes? So, the first thing I'm going to do right now is to compile the package. Why? Well, because I see that I have a message here. Yes? Then in order to be able to use this message, I have to make sure that it's compiling properly and that the package compiles properly, that this message has been properly generated and it's able to be used. Yeah. So remember, I think in day 1 it was, or day 2, I don't remember now. I think it was in day 2, we already were checked the creation of a custom message. Yeah, do you remember? I think it was in day 2 that we did a custom service message. So this is the same. Here we have a custom message, but instead of for a service, it's for an action, which has some peculiarities. Yes, we are going to see them right now. But in order to be able to use this message, I need to compile the package. So let's open here a new shell. And let's come here, execute these commands that are listed here in the notebook. First, I go to the catkin workspace folder. Then I execute the catkin make command. And let's see what happens here. Let's see what we get, if everything works properly and the messages are generated, or otherwise, if we get some kind of error, we will have to analyze this error and try to figure out how to solve it altogether. So let's see. All right, so I have an error. Okay. So as I can see here, it's a CMake error, yeah? So it's related to the CMake lists package file of my package, yeah? And in particular, I can see here that it says debug day4 CMake lists.txt line 62, yeah? So let me come here and open my CMake list file. And here, it's showing me this add action files function, which is unknown CMake command add action files. So let me make this bigger. And here I'm going to go and find these add action files. Here I have it. Yeah, so here I have a function which is to generate actions in the action folder. Yeah, so basically this function is meant to generate custom action messages, like the one I have here. Yes, so I have here the add action file function, and I'm specifying here the action message .action file, which I have right here. Yes, then here, if I open this this action message .action file, I have the definition of my action message. As you can see, it has 3 parts. Yes, separated by these 3 dashes. It has here a first part of the message, then here it has another part of the message which is empty in the middle, but that it is empty, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, yeah? Even if it's empty, this message exists. It's just that it's an empty message, which is a type of message in ROS, yeah? In ROS, it exists, the empty message, yeah? Then, the third part, I have it here. Yep. Then I have a string here, an empty message, and a string. Then, what is this? Why we have 3 parts? Well, the first part of the message is the one we know as the goal of the action. Yeah? This is the goal. The middle one is the result. So here I'm going to define what the action is going to return me as a result when it ends. And here I have a feedback. So this defines the feedback that my action is going to provide to me meanwhile it's being executed. Yes? So 3 parts. First part is the goal, middle part is the result, and final part is the feedback. Yep. All right. So this looks good. This, to me, it looks good. It looks like a correct action message. So no error here. Then with this message here in the CMake list file, I'm calling this action file function in order to generate it. Yes, because here I have defined it, but I need to generate this message, to generate all the files and compiled files in order to be able to use this message later in my ROS programs. So this function here, it's failing. It's failing because it says that CMake command add action file. So CMake doesn't know what this add action file function means. So, I'm asking you now, any of you knows why this error is happening or has some idea or some intuition of what could be? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, this is probably a tricky one if you are not familiar with actions, but I want to see if you have any clue. Yep, or at least what would you start doing in this case? So let me have a quick look here at the chat. Okay, I can see here loaded. I can see here is yeah. You can reset to load it. Okay, great. I can see some questions here, but you are helping your colleagues here, so that's great. That you help each other between you. Great. Then Engineering Nation says coffee, rocket fuel. Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's like a rocket fuel to me. Thanks for these awesome tutorials. You're welcome, creativity. He says, I have literally learned a lot so far and I intend to become professional. Great. That's great words to hear. Then I can see here, Balaf is saying action leap. Also, Lucas action leap, I think. It is missing action leap messages in find package in the same make. Include library action leap. Probably this is the answer. Additional library for CMake for the actions. Okay, great. So I see that you have already an idea of what's going on. So what I'm going to do here is to add, where did you say where to add it? In the find package, I can see here. Okay, so I'm going to add it in the find package. Here I'm going to add the action leap messages library. Yes, this package is going to allow me to create custom messages for actions. Yep, action leap messages. Then here I'm going to save and I'm going to try to compile again and let's see what happens. Let's recompile this, having added this action leap messages package as you suggested. So that's great. I expect to don't have to do any work in today's class. So I hope that you are going to solve all the problems that we are going to be debugging today. So I'm going to try to not do anything. I'm going to ask you all the questions. Yeah. So right now it's like I know nothing on ROS. So you are going to have to guide me. All right. So this has not solved the problem. I can see here another CMake error which says could not find messages which action depends on. Did you forget to specify generate messages dependencies? Cannot locate message goal ID. Unknown package action leap messages. Path standard messages. Here in generate messages also it's pointing me here to this function, to the generate messages function. Yeah, so here I have some information, interesting information, like could not find messages which action message action dot message depends on. And did you forget to specify generate messages dependencies? So what should I do now? You tell me in the chat. What should I check? We need it in generate messages also. Okay, so Michael is saying that in generate messages we need to add it also. Okay, then let's go there. Let's find this generate messages function here. Here we have it. So I'm going to add it here then. Action leap messages, right? So I'm adding here the action leap messages as a dependency for the generate messages function. All right. Then let me save this and let me compile again. Let's see. Is it going to work now? Not? This is very thrilling. All right, so apparently it's starting to compile and it's starting to generate all the files related to our custom action message. Okay, so it looks like we have solved this problem. We have been able to compile our package. Let me source. Yeah, don't forget to source the workspace. Source level setup.bash. Alright, excellent. So now we have our action message generated, right? Then, next thing, once the command compilation has finished successfully, you will start the action server by executing the following command. So in order to start the action server, we need to execute this command here. So I'm going to get this command here and launch it. And I'm getting an error here. Okay, it says import error, no module named action. Okay, so as I can see here, it's telling me that the error is in the action server drone.py script. Yes, which I have here, action server drone.py. So I'm going to open this file, and specifically it says that the error is in line 5. Yep. So here in line 5, I can see that I am doing an import. I'm doing from debug day 4, which is my package, .action, which is this folder. I am importing the action message here. Okay, so this line, it's not working for some reason. Why it's not working? Because I have the name of the package is right, the name of the folder is also right, and I'm importing the action message, which I have here. So why this is not working? Help me guys in the chat. What's happening here? You can see, okay. Additional library for semic for the actions. We need it in generate messages also. Generate messages, add it in generate messages, message generator, okay. Yeah. So now what? What should I do now? Why that this line is failing and I'm not able to import the action message? Help me guys, because today I woke up in the morning and everything I knew about ROS, it was gone. So I have amnesia, some kind of amnesia, and I have forgot everything I knew about ROS. So Sandy's word says feedback path to this file. Feedback path to this file. What do you mean, Sandy? I don't get this question. What do you mean? Feedback path to this file? Alright guys, so I can see that for this one you are leaving me on my own, right? I think I'm going to need to solve it by my own here. Okay, I can see some messages coming now. Let's see. The action message feedback path. The action message feedback path to this file. I still don't. I am afraid I still action message feedback. We should import it as .message and not .action. Okay, I think that maybe Sandy is mentioning the specific feedback message for the action. Could that be? And Thanas also says that we should import it as .message and not .action. And that's true. That's completely true. So, even though I am defining my message in the action folder, when I import them, I do not import them for the action message, but from the message module. Yep, this is kind of weird, and it only happens in actions, but it's good to know. Yes? So, for actions, even though you have to place the messages inside the action folder, you're going to import them as a MSG, just the same as for a regular message for topics. Yep. Then this, let's see if this solves my issue. So I'm going to try to run my... Okay, now in the same line, it's not complaining about the module named action because we have already corrected this, but now it says that it cannot import name action message. So this message, it's not being able to import it for some reason. Yeah, so maybe the name message is wrong. However, it's the same as I have defined here, action message. But for some reason, it's not being able to import it. So what now, guys? What should I do? Why it's not being able to import this message? What do you think? What can I do to debug this? Or to find out the reason? What should I do? We should check the action message and what it generates. Alright, and how do we check it? How can I check it? This action message. I check it here in the file. This is not giving me much of a clue, right? So how should I check it? Here says Osmane Buarda. Action message action instead of action message. Okay, that's a good point. That's starting to be interesting. Okay, I can see a ROS message info saying Lucas. Okay, I like this one very much. So Lucas is suggesting me to use ROS message info in order to get some kind of information about this message. Okay, so let me do this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to do a ROS message info. Oh, it doesn't exist. Okay, but I know what you wanted to say. The ROS message show, right? But that's normal because info, it's what it comes to mind at first. But in order to get information about messages, it's ROS message show. Yes, guys, remember this. So I'm going to do a ROS message show of action message, for instance. I get nothing here. Okay, so what if I do a ROS message list and I grab here, I filter for the name action message. A ROS message list is going to give me a full list of all the messages available. Yes, let me execute it here. However, these are too many files. So I'm going to filter this using grep, and I'm going to filter it for the ones that contain action message. And here I can see that for my package, debug day 4, all these messages have been generated. Action message action, action message action feedback, action message action goal, action message action result, action message feedback, action message goal, and action message result. So for each section, we have the feedback, the goal, and the result, the feedback, the goal, and the result, and the general message, yeah? So, from all these, which ones should I import? All of them? No. So this one, it looks pretty obvious that I'm going to need to import it, right? Because there's only one and it's the general message. So, I'm going to import this one, action. But now, the feedback, goal, and result, I have two different messages. So which one I import? The action message result or action message action result? Which one should I pick? I can see here in the command it's using action message action goal. So this maybe is a hint of which one should I use, right? Or not? I don't know. You tell me, which one do I pick? Action message, action goal, or action message, goal? Action message, action result. So I pick the action message, action message, action result, says Sandy. Okay, do you agree? Do I pick action message, action? Okay, yeah. So you are telling me this one, action message, action goal. Okay, let's pick this one. Then I'm going to pick the action message, action feedback, action message, action result. Okay, the goal message, in this case I don't need it. Alright, so I pick the action message, action feedback, and action message, action result. Okay. Then, should I try to launch again my action server? Let's try it. Let's try one more time the program. Okay, so now I'm getting another error. It says here, in my file, in here, where I have, in line 16, where I have the definition of my action server, it's not finding action message. Okay, so this one, it's an easy one, because we know that it's not action message. It should be action message action, right? So let's fix this one, action message action. There we go. Then, let me try it one more time. Okay, so apparently now, we are having no errors, right? Okay, excellent. So let's now try to send a goal to this action server by coming here and getting here the command in order to take off, yeah? So now I have my action server running, yeah? But it is actually running. Okay, so for this, in order to check it, I'm going to do it by myself. I can do a ROS topic list. And here I can see that I have these 5 topics right here, yes, which are debug day 4 action / cancel, debug day 4 action / feedback, debug day 4 action / goal, debug day 4 action / result, and debug day 4 action / status, yes? So these 5 topics tell me that my action server is up and running. Yes, because here as well I have the namespace of my action, which is debug day 4 action. Yeah, as we can see here, debug day 4 action. Then we have all the specific topics for feedback, goal, and result for the different types of messages. Then I have also the status in order to get the status of the action, and the cancel in case we want to cancel an action that is taking place, yes? So always action servers are going to show us these 5 topics: cancel, feedback, goal, result, and the status. Yep, then I know now that my action server is running. So I'm going to try to publish here a message to take off. And this is failing. Error, invalid message type, debug day 4 action message action goal. Okay, so here I'm getting this error. Invalid message type, debug day 4 action message action goal. What's happening here? Why I'm getting an error here? What does this error mean? Okay. Hello. Can you learn that? How can we write encoder equations? Okay. I don't know very well what you mean. Okay, so guys, help me. What should I do now? Why this is failing? So if I have compiled my message, and why I cannot use it now? What's going on here? You didn't Catkin make, Catkin workspace. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you are telling me to cat click make here. However, it's not necessary to cat click make here because I have already compiled it. But it is necessary to source the cat click workspace. Yes, this is necessary. It's not necessary to compile again because the files are already compiled and generated, but I do need to source my workspace. Yep, then let me repeat this one more time. And now the command has worked, but I am getting an error here. It says your execute callback did not set the goal to a terminal status. This is a bug in your action server implementation. Fix your code. For now, the action server will set this goal to aborted. So there's some kind of problem here in the goal. It looks like, right? So the goal is not being received properly by the action server. Yes, here I'm setting the goal, but this is not being received properly for some reason by my action server. So let me come here and have a look at my code. Yep. So first of all, I want to explain a little bit this code very quickly. So here we have the imports for the messages and everything we need. Then here we are defining the feedback and result messages, as you can see here. Then here we have the constructor of the action server class, where we define our action server, we define the message it uses, and we define the callback function. Yeah, so whenever a goal is sent to this action server, this goal callback function, which I have down here, is going to be triggered. And then here I'm starting this action server. Then here I have the goal callback. So every time I send the goal to my action server, this function is going to be triggered. Then what am I doing here? I'm defining a publisher for the drone takeoff topic and a publisher for the drone land topic, and generating here empty messages. Yes. Then here I am getting this goal, which comes here from the callback function. Yeah. So when this goal callback function is triggered, it receives the goal from the client. Yes. Then I'm putting this goal into a variable which is takeoff or land. Yep. Then here in this function, basically I'm checking if someone has cancelled the goal, which is not the case. Yes. Which in actions is known as preemption. Yeah, goal preemption. Then here I am checking if the goal value is takeoff or if the goal value is land. Then if it is takeoff, I'm going to publish on the drone takeoff topic. And if it is land, I'm going to publish on the drone land topic. Yes, here we have them, drone takeoff and drone land, depending on my goal, which is set here in the takeoff or land. Yep. Then this takeoff or land, it's specified here, as you can see, in the goal of the message. Yes, when we send the goal, we specify here. Then, at the end, when this finishes, well, we set the success to true, and if this success is to true, we are going to print here a succeeded message. Yep. So, what's going on here? Let me see in the chat if somebody has any hint. We did not import action goal. Okay, yeah, that's true, but it's not necessary in this case. Engineering Nation, we don't need to import the action goal message because, why we don't need to import? Because the action message, we are using it only here. Yes? In this command, this acts like a client. Yes? Then here it's where we are using the action, the goal message. Yep. But here we are actually not using the goal message. We are directly getting the value of that message through this variable. Yes. So we don't need to use the goal message in this case. Yeah. But that's a very good guess. engineering nation, that's a very good guess and a good point. Yeah? Because it makes sense that why we are not importing gold, yeah? But this is why. In this case, it's not necessary because we are not using it inside our code. Check the publisher type of messages. Check the publisher type of messages. Okay, that's a good point. So check the publisher type of message. So the publisher, we have it here. And the type we are publishing, it's this one. Yep. So we could check this message. So I'm going to do that. ROS message show debug. Debug day 4. This is wrong, sorry. Okay, it's not taking it for some reason, but let me do it like this. Debug underscore day 4 action message action goal. Okay. So what do I have here? I have the structure of this message, which has a header, a frame ID, as we can see here. Here we have the header, here we have the frame ID. No, sorry. The goal ID, yeah, it has the header, the goal ID, yeah, we have the header here, the goal ID here, and finally it has the goal field here. Yep. So, what now? Okay, check the publisher type of messages. Okay, I think I'm going to take it over a little bit because this is starting to get a little bit more complicated. However, keep publishing your things here because I'm going to be reading. But basically, this goal message, it's a action message, action goal type of message, yeah? Then here I have, inside this goal, I have all this, right? So, in my code here, I'm not only getting this take of word, but I am getting all the message. Yes? I am getting all, which makes no sense. Because what I am interested on, it's only this keyword. Yes? Because this is what I'm going to evaluate later. Right? This is what I'm evaluating here. Then, instead of getting the whole message, what I can do is to access the variable which I am interested, which is this one. This is the variable which I am interested on, which is a string goal, right? Then, how can I do this? By accessing the goal variable here inside, right? Goal.goal. This way I'm going to access this message, which is the one I'm interested on, right? Okay, then let's try to repeat the process. Here, let me try to run one more time my action server, now that I have modified this. And I'm going to publish one more time the goal. And what happens? Okay, so my problem has been fixed, but nothing has happened. Here, let me run it again and show it with the simulation. Here I'm running my code. Here I publish the takeoff message. I don't get any error. Even I get the succeeded message here, but the drone is not taking off. So something there, it's not working properly. Yep, what is going on here? What should I check? What do you, now I ask you guys, what should I check now? What do you think it could be the problem? Have a look here at the code and check where do you think the problem is. So here we are defining the topics. Here it's where we are publishing the message depending on the goal. Yeah. So I would say that the problem it could be related to somewhere here or somewhere here, right? Because this is basically where we are defining the action to take depending on the goal. Because the goal now has been sent properly and has been received properly. So the problem must be in the takeoff action, that it's not working properly. Yeah? So what should I do, guys? Let me check here. Okay, check the publisher type of messages. You never told the drone to actually take off? Okay, that could be a possibility. So, from the code here, the drone is supposed to take off by publishing an empty message into this topic, right? So, in theory, from reading the code, I can know that if I publish a message, an empty message, which is defined here, into the drone takeoff topic, the drone should take off. And the same with the drone land topic. Yep. So is this true? First of all, let's confirm this. So if I come here, let me stop everything. So if I come here and I do a ROS topic pub of the drone takeoff topic, and I publish here a empty message, what happens? Yep, the drone takes off. Have you seen? And if I publish the same but in the drone land topic, it does land. Yep. Okay, so this is working. If I publish in the drone takeoff topic, the drone takes off. If I publish on the land topic, the drone lands. So, as you have suggested, what I can check now is what happens with this topic. So, let me do a ROS topic echo of the drone takeoff topic to see if my code is actually publishing here. Yes? Then I'm going to run one more time our action, and I'm going to need another shell in order to publish the goal, right? So I'm going to come here, copy again the code. I'm going to source my caching workspace. There we go. And now, before publishing, let me place somewhere here the takeoff topic here to monitor it. Then I have my action server running. I'm going to publish the goal takeoff, and if my program works properly, I should see a message being published into the takeoff topic, right? So, as we can see, no message is being published here. Yep. So, no message, even though the goal is arriving properly, and now I have executed it a second time and it's working. So, let me try with the land. Okay, yeah, so now it's working, but if I stop it and run it, it's not working. So the first time it's not working, but now the second one, yes. Okay, this is strange, right? So why this is happening? Any guess? I'm going to check it. Okay, excellent. maybe there is not enough time for publishers to be created. Let's also check takeoff or land message with print. Okay, so very good suggestions. First of all, let's check with a print here. He says this. So instead of a print, let's use a ROS by log info, okay? Which is the proper way in ROS for debugging. So ROS by log info, or we can put it in log error to put it, no, log info. Then here I'm putting let me put here the goal, no, current goal, for instance. Current goal. And I'm going to put it here separately, or okay, this is one suggestion, right? Then let's check this first of all. So I'm going to run again this, and I'm going to, okay, so I can see here now that my current goal is takeoff. Yes, however, the taking off thing has not been fixed. Yes, so also Ezquerro was suggesting that maybe there is not enough time for publisher to be created. Okay, so that's a very good suggestion. Then what can we do in order to fix this? Well, what we can do is to use the function we created in the first class for publishing one time into a topic, right? Do you remember in day one? If not, you can check it later, the video. It's published in our YouTube channel for day one, where we created a function which basically allowed us to overcome this problem of the publisher not having enough time to publish the message. So for this, I'm going to come quickly here to get the function structure. And I'm going to add it here to my action server. Yep, agree. Let me check the indentation. Okay. So publish once in topic, then I need to modify these variables here, because the publisher in this case, it's named pub takeoff. And also here, and the land, it's called, no, in the message, it's called takeoff message. Okay, however, we have two topics now, yes? Because maybe we want to publish on the land topic, so how do I overcome this? Okay, I'm going to do it easily. So in this case, I'm going to just create another one. Yep. So publish takeoff, and I'm going to create another one for publish land. Then here I'm going to have one function for publishing in the takeoff topic and another function for publishing in the land topic. Here it's in the message also. We need to update it for the land message. Yep. Then here I'm going to add the takeoff command publish and land command published. Alright, then now within our code we are going to remove this line which is doing the regular publish, right? And we are going to call instead our function self.publish takeoff, and here in the case of the land goal we are going to comment as well the regular publish, and we are going to add here a call to our publish land function. Yep. All right. So let's come here and relaunch our program. Here we have our action server. Here we have the drone. I'm going to publish the takeoff message. And it's not yet working. Why? Okay, I see. I think. Well, let me. Okay, yeah, it works. For some reason, it was not getting the latest version. Okay, and the land does also work, and the takeoff does work. The land works, and if I stop it and I relaunch it here and I publish the takeoff topic the first time, it works. Yep. All right. So we have basically fixed our action server. Yep. So excellent. Yep. Let me read the comments. Between all of us, we have been able to fix all these issues, all these problems. Let me check here. Andrew Toth is asking, I was reading release notes for the newest version of ROS that all ROS logs would by default go to stdr instead of stdout. Will we still see the output of ROS by log in the terminal? Well, I'm not aware of this news, sincerely, Andrew Toth, but I guess yes, you should be able to see them in the terminal, yes. But anyways, I'm not aware of these release notes that you are talking about, so I should check them personally to give you a proper answer. Okay, maybe create the publishers at the construct of the class. Yeah, that's an option. However, the problem of the publication would still be there. Yes, so the best way is to use this function. Oh yeah, that's a super good point, Pedro. Okay, and not create the publishers every time that the callback function is activated. Yeah, that's super good point as well. So here, we are creating everything in the callback. So what he suggests is to take this out of the callback so that we are not creating them every time a new goal is set, and place them here. Yes, super good suggestion. Yes, this is the correct way of having it. Yes, because this is created on the constructor when we launch it, and then we only use them. Yep, in the following sequences. But now we were creating the publishers each time a new goal, each time we were sending a new goal. So very good point, Pedro Xavier there. In this way, there is enough time to connect the publishers and the topics. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That would generate the proper time. I didn't get a chance to add the extra functions, but it still seems to be working. I can publish with goal takeoff and it still works. Yeah, it's going to work as long as you leave enough time for the publishers to be created. Yes? But, however, because here we are leaving enough time. Why? Because I'm launching the code, then here I'm publishing, whatever. But usually we would publish from a program, yes? Or from, for instance, does somebody else know another way in which we can publish a goal to this action server? Can somebody tell me which is not this one? Because this way it's a little bit complicated, right? And you have to be here moving and changing here and the terminal and too many things here, too many values. It's not very user-friendly, yeah, this way of publishing a goal. Do you know any other way I can publish a goal, which is much more easy for me? Can you help me with this? Can you tell me? Guys? Do you know any? from another node using action clients, yeah, perfectly, yeah. So that would be another way. So here I have defined my action server, a class, but I could create another code which is an action client, which connects to this one, yes? That will be perfectly fine, yes? You can learn, if you want to learn how to create action client, for instance, you are going to learn it everything in our ROS Basics in 5-day course, yes? However, action client, another node, okay, yeah. However, there's a way in which I can send it which is much more faster, and I don't have to create a program. Yes? I can use, for instance, I can use the AX client. Do you guys know what the AX client is? AX client is a tool which the ActionLib package provides, which allows me to send goals in a graphical way. So I can come here. Oops, sorry. Where do I have? Okay, my robot has gone. Drone. Super up. Let me get it down again. Alright, so I can come here and run ROS run ActionLib axclient.py, and now I need to specify the namespace of my action, which is debug day for action. Yep. Let me put it here. Debug day for action. Yeah. ROS run ActionLib axclient.py, and then the namespace of my action, which is debug day for action. If I execute this and I open the graphical tools right here, this, as you can see here, has opened a graphical interface for sending goals to the action. You can see here the goal, message, the feedback, and the result. Yeah, can you see it? Let me try to make it a bit bigger here. Here you see it in big, yeah? You have this, the goal, the feedback, and the result. And here we have a button, send goal, and a button, cancel goal. Yep. So, now if I come here, and in the goal I put takeoff, like this, yeah? I have filled here the message with takeoff, and I click on the send goal button. Let me make it smaller so that you can see also the robot here. And I click on the send goal button, the goal is sent, and the drone takes off, as you can see. And I can come here and change this takeoff for land. I click on the send goal again. Yes? So this is a graphical way of sending goals to an action server, which is much more pleasant than running these cumbersome commands. Yep. All right. Excellent. So we have fixed our action. It's completely working with the help of all of you. Thank you very much, guys. If I were alone, I couldn't have solved it by my own. So thank you very much for the help in solving this issue. So I'm going to go back to my beautiful face here. Here I am. No coffee left. So I'm going to have to end the class here because I need to refill the coffee. No, just joking. So we have to end because we were supposed to end at 8 and it's already 12 minutes past 8. So thank you very much, guys. So we have already completed day 4. There's only one more day remaining, which is going to be day 5, tomorrow Friday, where we are going to have the last live class from this Learning to Debug ROS Code Week. I hope you have enjoyed today's class. You've learned something new. Thank you very much, all of you, for attending. And yeah, let me read your last comments before closing the session. Michael Treasy asked, why is it working now since we add the function publish takeoff? Why? Because that function makes sure that the message that we are sending to the topic it's published. If you want to learn more about this function, Michael, have a look at the class from day 1. Yes, because in in the Learn to Debug ROS code day 1, we explained this function, yeah? So have a look at that video. Thank you. See you tomorrow. An awesome session. Thank you. Gracias, Alberto. Okay, thank you very much, guys. It's a pleasure for me. And I will see you all tomorrow in tomorrow's live class. So thank you very much. And meanwhile, remember, stay safe, stay home, but never stop learning ROS. But stay home. Yeah, don't go out, guys, please. All right. So thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.